Hello, my name's Rob. This is the final video I'm making to give you some extra tips for your English in relation to the Word on the Street series that hopefully you've been watching. And if you watched the last episode in this series, you'll know that it was about Ashley and Stephen going to a music festival on the Isle of Wight. The Isle of Wight is a small island off the south coast of Britain. And the question we asked on Facebook was the name of the festival that happens there. And of course, there is actually a festival there called the Isle of Wight Festival. But the festival that Ashley and Stephen went to is called Bestival or Camp Bestival. It's actually moved from the Isle of Wight now and is held in Dorset on the mainland of Britain, not that far away from the Isle of Wight. Anyway, it was the last episode in the series, as I said. Don't forget, if you didn't see it, that you can watch clips on the Learn English website. So follow the link in this post to have a look at some of the clips, which I'm going to talk about now when I give you some tips or some information about some useful language. You probably remember Stephen and Ashley had this very cool camper van at the festival. And the first night there, before it got dark, they decided to set up or to get ready for the first night of camping. Stephen said, we need to get everything sorted before it gets dark. We need to get everything sorted. To get something sorted, what does that mean? Well, it means that there's a situation that you need to respond to. Often it may be a problem, or it may be something that you have to solve, or something that's really important for you to do. You have to get it sorted. You have to get something sorted. Later on, actually just a few seconds after that, Ashley put up the tent, and when she finished, what did she say? She said, I think I've sorted it. I think I've sorted it. And I'll come back to pronunciation in a moment, because you might notice a small difference in the pronunciation of the word sorted there compared to what Stephen said. I think I've sorted it. You can also use the word sort as a verb on its own, to sort something. And again, it has this idea of managing a problem or managing a situation which needs a response. It's an interesting word which also can be used as a longer expression to sort something out. To sort something out, which has the same meaning. So you sort something, you sort it out, you solve the problem or deal with the situation. But it's just a bit longer and perhaps a little bit more complicated in terms of the form. There's also another meaning actually, and if you sort something out, it can mean that you organise a messy situation. For example, maybe you need to sort your desk out or sort your room out because it's a mess. Right, the final thing I'm going to talk about is something I've already spoken about in this series, and that is the pronunciation of the sound T, which sometimes, I should say, it's more like T, T. Sometimes it's stronger, and sometimes it's weaker or almost non-existent. The name we give for that is the glottal stop. So if you're interested in reading more about it, could be a good idea to investigate. My students sometimes tell me that it's strange not to hear the T sound when they expect it. So Stephen, when he said we're going to get, or we need to get everything sorted, we need to get everything sorted, he gave a very strong pronunciation of T, sorted. Ashley, on the other hand, when she finished putting up her tent, said, I've sorted it, sorted. It's quite difficult to hear because of the music on the video, but if you have the chance, go to the Learn English website and listen to them and just compare their pronunciation. What's also important to say is that this is not something that you have to learn how to do. It's not something I would expect people to learn to do when they're speaking English. It's something, though, which can really help you in your understanding, particularly of native speakers. Actually, a lot of these tips are really to help you understand the language. And perhaps if you're in the situation in the future, maybe the near future, where you can start using some of it, then great. But the starting point is to understand, and hopefully these tips will have maybe just helped you understand a little bit more now and also a little bit more in the future. What's really important, as I've said from the start, is to notice language. The phrase I use is to listen out for language. Listen out for language that you hear in these videos, in other places. And hopefully that will just reinforce what you've learned by following this series of Word on the Street and some of these videos maybe that I've been leaving on Facebook. So thank you for watching this series. Just remember, there's one more thing to go. We'll have the live Q&A at the date and time, which is with this post on Facebook. Or if it's not, then look out for it. It's that expression again, to look out for or listen out for something. Look out for the date and time of the live Q&A, and I'll look forward to seeing you there. Any questions you have, you can leave them in the comments here or elsewhere on the Facebook page.